I am Edward Tabaro from MIGWEZ Assessors, and this is Inside the Brand at Grate Studios, where we turn dreams into brands. Yes, my name is Edward Tabaro, proprietor at MIGWEZ Assessors Limited. We deal in the insurance consultancy. We advise people on insurance knowledge, whatever they want to understand about insurance. We do loss adjusting, that is purely to do with claims. Whenever you're involved in an accident, the first person that comes into your mind is a loss adjuster who come and then help you in those scenarios. We know it can be difficult times, but then we have to help you. And then also we do risk surveys for those that have industries, they don't know what risks they have, or they would like to insure, but they don't know what exactly they would like to insure. We usually look at risk surveys, risk assessments, and then we incorporate into engineering consultancy. I personally am a mechanical engineer by profession. I've studied insurance from Uganda and UK. I do a lot of insurance consultancy here and there. We teach insurance at the Insurance Training College of Uganda. That's something small that I can talk about myself as far as MIGWEZ Loss Assessors is concerned. My inspiration came long way back when I was still studying. I remember by then we were 3 friends, and then we were studying to complete the mechanical engineering course and then start our consultancy firm. But then what happened was that the funds were not available. So what we did was, let us first go and work for someone and then build confidence, build experience, and then build the financial muscle to become independent. We gave ourselves 5 years. Unfortunately or fortunately, when the 5 years elapsed, our friends were no longer interested in now taking the journey that we had talked about. And it was unfortunate that by the time the 5 years were elapsing, COVID was there. So I had to be patient a bit until the COVID came out, and then had to resign from the work that I was doing. Decided to go private because it's what I wanted before when I was still studying. I wasn't looking at being employed, but I wanted something that can build a career, and then afterwards, here we are with our MIGWEZ Loss Assessors. It's quite interesting the way it started. I remember by then I was still employed, and they wouldn't allow you to do anything outside your employment setup. Everything was in the background. I remember by then when I was telling my supervisor that I was resigning to go and do other things, he asked, but what are you going to do? How are you going to handle things outside work? We know you've been working here quite some time. You know, I was delivering on a daily, because I remember I had been their best employee for the last 2 years, and then the 3rd year I'm saying I'm leaving. And then someone is trying to understand, but why are you leaving? You're getting good money, you have a good salary, you're comfortable, you have everything, why would you leave? But it was just beyond me. I remember telling them that even though you give me how much, I really just have to go, the time is up. But doesn't mean that I don't like the company, but I just have to chase my dreams. So it was passion that we were looking at, and the journey started in a difficult way, of course, because the finances can be there sometimes, and then by then they were very few or very little when we were starting. But I can't say it's a very complicated and interesting journey. Combination of the two is what I can say. Purely, the challenges that were there were 2 which I can point out. One is the confidence in the market, and then the other was finances. But let's talk about the confidence first. You know, without work, it's trust. Trust pays the biggest percentage. Your levels of integrity is what picks you up out of the many. Because someone is entrusting you with a claim of, let's say, a loss of a billion shillings, and then they want you to adjust the claim. Chances are you would be easily compromised, because maybe you've never touched a billion, and then you feel like you can be compromised somewhere, somehow. So someone cannot just give you that assessment when they do not trust you. In fact, in our business, what we do, the 60%, this is the biggest percentage, is trust, and then capital can come in, the way you do the work can come in, but most importantly is trust. So we had struggles to build up trust in our customers. Our biggest percentage of customers are the insurance companies, but we can happily report now that we've grown. We have more than 10 customers out of the many insurance companies that are in Uganda. And then secondly, apart from trust, is the financial aspect. Our job that we do, you first invest and then they pay you later. Now, those monies that you have to put together to invest into the business, and then you expect your payment to come in maybe 1 or 2 months after. it's also quite a challenge, especially when you're starting. Those were some of the challenges that we encountered when we were starting. But as of now, time went on, and then at least we built in a muscle. At least we can now do the jobs as many as they can come in, because at least we can finance them, we can fund them, and then the industry has appreciated what we do. We have a lot of expertise in what we do. We've done it as fast as possible, and at least we can say that we are comfortably positioned to excel in the Ugandan market and then continue to the outside market. 3 things that we're going to talk about. 1 is timeliness. When we get an assignment, immediately what we do is reallocate the person that is going to attend to it immediately. We cannot sleep with an assignment unattended to. I get an instruction, let's say now I'm here doing a video, but if an assignment has come in, it has already been allocated to someone who is going to attend to it. Because we realize that most insurance companies want speed. Clients want to be attended to. You imagine a customer is frustrated, a customer is involved in an accident, and all they want is someone to come in as soon as possible. The more you delay, you find this customer are frustrated already. We've got all those stories there, but at least you find that you've done your work as soon as possible, and the client can recommend you. The client can say, I need the other person that you sent me to the other time so that I can be worked on as soon as possible. And then secondly, what makes us unique is the way we do things. We have a lot of expertise as far as insurance is concerned, and as far as loss assessment is concerned. When you appoint us, or when you work with us, you're sure of the results. And then when you appoint us on risk surveys, with the experience that we've gathered along the way, we're talking about experience of more than 10 years in the business. And the insurance, there are very few, if you look at the people who have done insurance, there are very few that are there that have done the experience that we have already when it comes to loss assessments, when it comes to the work that we do. And along the way, you can see, or you can point out that the growth is not entirely on us, who we are or how we started, but on the experience and the mode of delivery of the work that we give to our customers. Yes, I would say some percentage yes, because I personally I run a YouTube channel called Eddie the Insurance Professor to teach on insurance or discuss insurance, look at different aspects of insurance. And these are things that are promoted the brand not only in Uganda but also outside countries. You find that other people outside can also link up with you. Even in Uganda here, we believe that the content has really helped. It is quite challenging, but I can say it's a level of patience. Love what you do, patiently wait for results, because they don't come in a day or two, but you have to be patient and stay humble along the way. Customers will always disorganize you along the way, but you have to stay humble until you achieve what you're looking up to. As I said in the introduction, my motivation came way back earlier when we were still studying. All we wanted was this. And when I got this, it is what is now always pushing me forward. However, let us leave the education of motivation, that you have to be motivated not by design, but also the way you do things, or what you perceive, or what you want to achieve is what motivates you even more. I have personal goals that are there that we are looking at. So they create a level of motivation, which might be different from another person. So what you're looking for in life is the biggest contributor of what you can do or what you can achieve in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. We're looking at visions of 20 years, visions of 15 years. Others have visions of 1 year. But what you're looking at is what is very key. I would really want to have a setup whereby we're increasing the level of employment. Recently, we've also started another platform where we're trying to ensure that the insurance fraternity grows as big as possible, because currently the penetration is around 0.85%, which is very low for the Ugandan industry. But we're looking at this growth to always continue, and we're looking at MIGWEZ loss assessors to be there in Uganda and in East Africa and the rest of Africa. This is something that we're looking at. Inherit, let others work. We want to work and others join us. We want to create an inheritance arrangement that at least whenever we leave, other teams can also come into play. Thank you. There are two people that I can look at. One we say is YIPS Africa. YIPS Africa is an organization that is looking at the young insurance professionals in the country and then in the Africa, the whole region. It is an arrangement. These guys really have a lot that we can have a look at, and we believe that they would share, if they share their story, it will add value to everyone who is out there. And then the other person that I'm looking at is Ladit Voyages. That is a service provider that deals with tours and travel. This guy is invested in that business, but I'm sure this will help him in this arrangement, and is someone who can look up to this. Thank you for listening to my journey. I hope it inspires someone out there to chase their dream. This was Inside the Brand, and if you'd like your story to be told, connect with Grate Studios.